Burpees, you either love them or you hate them, but either way, they're a total body movement that get every part of your body involved and get your heart rate up at the same time. A lot of people sent me requests about how to do a burpee properly, but also how to modify them as well. So in this video, I'm going to show you just that. So before we begin, I just want to cover a little bit of controversy with the burpee, which sounds so silly, but a lot of people get hung up on the technicality of whether you should do a burpee chest to ground or just in a proper push-up form. And I say to each their own. As long as you're doing the full movement properly, which I'll show you here in just a second, the chest to ground part, I don't think that really makes a huge difference, and let me show you why. All right, you want to start by standing tall. You're going to bend at the knees and lower down, placing your hands on the floor. You don't want to bend over like this to put your hands on the floor because that could cause strain on your back. Potentially you could get injured. You could injure your low back. So you want to bend at the knees. Think about the deadlift. We talked about deadlift. We talk about a lot in my groups, my strong her groups, about the form. So you want to bend at the knees so you're not putting the strain on your back. Place your hands on the floor and pop your legs out when your hands get to the floor. Now here's where the controversy comes in. You can either do a push-up, which if you want to know how to do a proper push-up, shameless plug, but I already posted a push-up form tip video on my IGTV or on my YouTube page, so check that out if you want to know how to do a proper push-up. But you can either do a proper push-up and then come up, or you can do chest to ground, where your chest comes all the way down to the ground and then come up, pop your feet in. So let's review that one more time. Bend at the knees, place your hands down. Once your hands touch, you pop your legs out into plank position, keeping that core tight, not dropping your hips down, not too high in the air. Nice plank position, push up, or you can do chest to ground, come up. Once you come up, jump your feet in, bend at the knees again, and once your feet pop in, you take your hands off the ground. So it's a quick movement. Once those feet come in, your hands should pop off the ground. So like this, pop off. You're in a squat position, and then you jump. You don't want to do like we talked about earlier when we're bending down and putting our hands down. We want to bend at the knees. So when we're in that push-up, come up. You want to pop up, stand up like this. You don't want to pop up like this and then stand up. So this would be wrong. You could hurt yourself or hurt your back this way. Like this. See that rounding of the back? I'm staying down and then coming up. You want it to be pop and then up. I personally do chest to ground when I do the burpee, but there are a few mistakes that you can make if you do it that way, and I want to show you real quick. The first mistake is coming down, popping out. If you go chest to ground, dropping your hips down and then coming down, that's a mistake. Or peeling yourself up chest first and then bringing your hips up. So you don't want it to look like this. That could hurt yourself as well. You want it to be one solid movement of your upper body. So chest to ground, push yourself up, and then pop back in. All right, how can we modify the burpee so everyone can work on it and get a chance to do it, to build up strength, to eventually do a proper burpee? So first thing you can do is same concept, bend at the knees, placing your hands down, but if instead of coming to a push-up position or chest to ground position, you're just gonna pop your legs out to a plank position. So you're gonna come down, pop your legs out to plank, pop them back in, and when you pop them in, same thing, bring your hands up off the ground and then jump. The next modification you can do is make it low impact by taking out the hop or taking out the hop back into the plank position. So same concept as far as bending your knees, placing your hands down. So you're gonna bend at the knees, place your hands down. I'm not like this, I'm like this. And then walk your feet out If you want to do a push-up, you can, and then walk your feet back in. But remember, staying in this position, not this position, coming in, and then coming up on your toes, so taking out the hop. So let me show you all together. Walk your feet out, walk them back in, up. Or if you want to drop down to your knees for the push-up, you can come down, walk your feet out, drop to your knees, push up, come back up, walk in, and then up on your toes. The last modification I'm going to show you is doing the push-up or the plank elevated instead of putting your hands on the floor. So I showed this in the push-up video, but I'm going to show you now. Instead of bringing your hands to the floor, you're just going to bring them to a bench or chair, whatever you have that's sturdy and up off the ground. Bring your hands there, pop out, same concept, pop back in and jump. So like this. Or if you want to do the push-up, out, push-up, in, pop. And then if you want to make it low impact, same thing, same concept as before, like I showed you, but you're just doing it elevated. So come down, walk out, walk back in, up on toes, or walk out, push up, walk in, up on toes. And there you have it, how to do a proper burpee, what not to do, and how you can modify it. And remember, practice makes perfect. If you feel weak or you just want to do a full burpee, like full push-up or chest to ground, whatever it is you're going to do, practice makes perfect. Keep practicing, practicing, practicing. I know a lot of us don't like burpees. I actually don't mind burpees. If there's a lot of them in the workout, then I do mind them. But if there's, if it's a normal amount, then I actually enjoy it because it's just a full body great movement. If you enjoyed this video or want more tips, form tips or food tips or healthy living tips or family tips, whatever it is you want, let me know, comment, share this with your friends, and don't forget to save this video so if maybe you need a refresher later on down the road, you can come back to it and say, oh, I kind of forgot how to do a burpee, or what did she say again? And that way you can reference it later. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.